Today there are a lot of news from Crimea and the Russian Federation. Here, Ukrainian forces continued their series of precision strikes against critical Russian military infrastructure, hitting targets within enemy territory. With drones and missiles, they aimed to cripple key assets, from ammunition depots to command posts, setting the stage for a major disruption of Russian military operations. First of all, today Ukrainian drones targeted Feodosia in Crimea, striking a key Russian transshipment hub. This port infrastructure is not just an ordinary oil depot, but can receive tankers with oil products year-round, store them, and distribute them across the Crimean Peninsula. Due to the attack, it sustained significant damage, and footage from the scene reveals extensive destruction, suggesting that oil logistics in the region will now rely more heavily on railways and roads, complicating transportation and, in turn, hindering the Russian use of mechanized forces in Ukraine. Just several days prior to that, Ukrainian special forces launched several swarms of drones, with their first target being a fuel storage facility near Voronezh. Despite Russian officials claiming all drones were intercepted by electronic warfare systems, footage revealed fires raging at the complex, after at least one vertical fuel reservoir was struck. A second fuel depot in the Perm region was also hit, with flames engulfing an area of 10,000 square meters. Videos shared by Russian locals on social media captured the impressive sight of Ukrainian jet-powered missile drones flying at low altitudes and high speeds, rendering Russian defenses virtually powerless to stop them. The full uncensored footage of these Ukrainian strikes against Russian targets can be found on our Telegram channel through the link in the description. The next Ukrainian attack was aimed at the Borysoglebsk Airfield in the Voronezh region and targeted Kaby bomb warehouses, Su-35 aircraft, and their fuel storage. Explosions and fires were reported overnight by locals, with satellite data released showing several fire spots. With inflicted damage hard to assess at first, these images show that while the fire may have not directly affected the planes or buildings, it potentially spread to nearby boxes and containers stored close to the runway, with Russian air defense being unable to prevent another drone attack against one of its main military airfields. Ukrainians managed to achieve this by conducting careful preparation and successfully targeting and destroying a Russian 96L6 radar around 15 kilometers west of Belgorod, belonging to an S-400 air defense system. This radar can track up to 100 targets and classify them into different types: aircraft, helicopters, drones, or missiles. A Ukrainian reconnaissance drone Shark detected it and corrected the strike as seen on the released geolocated footage. The second high-value target was the Russian Nebo-M radar station, which was destroyed by the Ukrainian armed forces using an ATACMS missile. This strike severely hampers Russia's ability to detect, track, and intercept both aerodynamic and ballistic threats within a 600-kilometer range, especially as fewer than 10 of these systems remain operational, as Ukrainians have already destroyed around half of the initial number of them. Valued at $100 million, the Nebo-M is notoriously difficult to neutralize, as it uses most modern technology to scan the horizon for aerial threats. Military analysts suggest its destruction is intended to create a clear air corridor, facilitating the effective deployment of Ukraine's Storm Shadow cruise missiles. With clear skies in their favor, Ukrainian drone operators successfully struck the Kotluban military arsenal in Russia's Volgograd region. The attack targeted a facility used for storing and upgrading rocket artillery, which had recently received a shipment of Iranian missiles. Despite robust defenses from Russian electronic warfare and air defense systems, Ukrainian forces completed their mission, triggering massive fires and ammunition explosions. Eyewitnesses reported over 10 powerful detonations at the depot, vividly capturing the scale of the destruction. The full uncensored footage of the Ukrainian attack against this arsenal can be found on our Telegram channel as well. As if that weren't enough, Ukrainian forces dealt another blow by successfully striking 3 key Russian command posts, including those of the 35th and 27th separate motorized rifle brigades, along with the command post of the 2nd Russian Combined Arms Army. These precision attacks, using Storm Shadow missiles and GMLRS rockets, were designed to disrupt Russian command operations and sow chaos in their ranks, with results still being confirmed. In the same wave of strikes, a plant in Avdiivka housing Russian troops and equipment was also hit, inflicting significant damage on Russia's strike capabilities. Overall, Ukraine stepped up its efforts to deal significant blows to the enemy by targeting not only ammunition depots but all kinds of other key military infrastructure as well. While still waiting for permission to use weapon systems provided by Western partners deep inside Russia, Ukrainian armed forces are trying to deal as much damage as possible with the newly developed cutting-edge missile drones. And at an important time of the year, just before the weather makes any significant mechanized assaults impossible, and just when Russians are throwing out everything at any cost to win more territory. If you're against the invasion of Ukraine and you want to support the work that I am doing, consider making a purchase in the online store UA Supporter. Here you can find a lot of products with Ukrainian symbols to not only show your support for this channel, but also for Ukraine. The link to the online store is in the description. Thank you for watching this report, and I will see you in the next one.